Field, I have to tell you a secret about the world. There's some Field. You can tune.
This is Dark City.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this is Forgotten Cinema. Each episode, we highlight a film that for a variety of reasons might have been forgotten by audiences. Whether a movie came out at the same time that overshadowed it, or this film simply didn't catch on with an audience its initial showing. Well, I think that's what the line is. We discuss what we love about the movie, or perhaps don't love about it. We always recommend you revisit it. If you enjoy listening to us ramble about films, we would love to hear from you. We are everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We are on countless portals, and we have hundreds upon hundreds of content for you to view for your listening and viewing pleasure. I don't care that I don't.
That was a struggle.
I don't care anymore that I don't remember anything. I'm like, whatever. Hey, it's Forgotten Cinema. Let's go. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I woke up.
Woke up this morning.
A grungy, gross hotel room in a bathtub filled with pink goo, and I was just like,
goo?
It's like pink water. It was weird.
We watched Dark City, not The Matrix, right?
Yeah, it was like this pink water. I think it was definitely discolored, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And I got out, and I'm stumbling. I see some clothes on the ground,
stumbling and fumbling.
I broke a goldfish aquarium. I put the fish in the tub, and I go to the bed. I get all my clothes on, and what do I see next to the bed? A dead prostitute.
What do my wondering eyes to appear?
A dead naked prostitute with spirals all over her. So I'm like, well, that's certainly strange.
That's not ideal.
I leave the hotel. I'm told I have to pay for 3 weeks of a hotel that I didn't know about. I don't even know my name. I get outside the dark city.
The dank, Mo, the dank.
You ain't thinking of getting rid of the dank, are you, Mo?
Maybe I am.
Oh, but Mo, the dank.
He's really oppressive. I have articles about killing prostitutes in my jacket.
Nice.
I don't know what's going on. I got to find out who I am. And all of a sudden, the cops are after me for this thing that I maybe did. I don't remember. I got to test myself. So I grab myself a prostitute. Don't want to kill her. Realize I'm not really the killer. I got a wife I don't remember, a beach I can't get to. Weird little vampire Nosferatu guys are after me that can float and have little bugs in them. I've got some kind of special psychic power if I stare at things real hard. And things are going to get really, really weird from there.
Woo!
That's the normal stuff.
Welcome to the Matrix. I mean, Dark City. Yes, there are definitely a lot of connections.
Oh yeah,
but this movie came before it, so but I don't think necessarily. I think they're just happy accidents, or I don't know.
This movie, 13th Floor, and The Matrix all came out very close together.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's like what Deep Impact and Armageddon came out at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like what was the other ones that the Volcano and Dante's Peak came out at the same time?
Yeah, sometimes.
Volcano. Everybody's anyway. All right, so let's get into the facts, and we'll get into our discussion for Dark City. Dark City has a runtime of 100 minutes. It's rated R. Production budget of $27 million. Its release date was Friday, February 27th, 1998. So we are recording this almost on the. Actually, no, we are recording this on the anniversary of its release.
Wow, look at that! Yeah.
Holy cow!
No, February 28th.
Today's the 27th.
Today's 27th.
Yeah.
You said it came out the 28th?
No, February 27th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we are exactly, do the math. 28 years. 28 years to the date when this came out that we were recording.
Wow.
This.
Look at that.
Do you feel it, Darks? Do you feel it, universe? Anyways. Its opening weekend, it did $5.6 million. Domestic, $14 million. International, $13 million for a worldwide total of $27 million. So not really a big hit. But a cult classic.
Yes.
Production company was New Line and Warner Brothers. Pretty much, they were owned by New Line. New Line was owned by Warner Brothers at this point, or Time Warner, and Mystery Clock Cinema, and it was distributed by New Line Cinema. So, like I said, it came out on the 27th. Let's go back to February 20th, where you had wide releases of Senseless, Palmetto,
a movie we did,
and The Apostle, Robert Duvall directed film. Rest in peace, sir.
Oh.
Limited releases of Dangerous Beauty and Mrs. Dalloway as well. Then the week that this film came out, it went up against in a wide release, Kissing a Fool, Krippendorf's Tribe, which I really want to. I want to rewatch that because I want to see how bad it is.
I liked it when I was younger.
No, I did
but
too.
Yeah.
But I want to see how bad it was.
Oh,
'Cause I don't remember a whole heck of a lot.
I'm sure it's bad.
Yeah, no, I want to see it. I want to see how bad. You also had a wide release of Caught Up and limited releases of an Alan Smithy film, Burn Hollywood Burn, and the documentary Kurt and Courtney. That is obviously about Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. And then the week after, March 6th, you had wide releases of U.S. Marshals,
A movie we did.
Hush, Twilight, not the Twilight you're thinking.
What's Hush?
I don't know because I didn't have a chance to watch
it.
I usually watch the trailers.
Sounds familiar.
I think it's like a.
Oh, it sounds really because it's the Buffy episode. Never mind.
All right then. All right. And then The Big Lebowski was also wide release that day.
The dude.
And limited release of Love and Death on Long Island, the John Hurt, Jason Priestley film. This film is directed by Alex Proyas, who's done iRobot, Knowing, and The Crow. He also has a screenplay story credit. So I'll give you a little screenplay story credit for him. Garage Days. There you go. You had screenplay by Lem Dobbs and David S. Goyer. They both came on and did rewrites as they went further.
Apparently very different.
Yeah, I can get into that.
Scripts,
I'll get into that here. But Dobbs has done Kafka and the Limey, and then Goyer has done Batman Begins and the TV show Foundation. So Proyas actually wrote the original script, but not much of that plot remains in what you see now. So that was rewritten out. It was a much darker script, I believe. Dobbs came in and he changed the plot of the film to what you see in there. The only thing he really didn't touch was the CGI elements in the movie. So he essentially what you're seeing on screen is a lot of him. And then Goyer came in and he wrote the shooting script. So he kind of put all that action and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I guess the only thing in Proyas was there were murders.
Right. And I think what ended up happening in his original draft is that Murdoch goes to court. His wife testifies against him.
They reanimate the dead bodies.
Yeah, they all come up and testify. It's a much darker script, a much darker version. Cinematographer was Darius Wolski, who's done News of the World, which he was nominated for an Oscar, and The Martian.
News of the World is a movie we did for our Now Renting.
That's right. That is the Now Renting show we did in partnership with Row 8. I think they're still around.
They are still around.
Hey, give us a call, man. We're doing stuff. Anyways, composer was Trevor Jones, who's done Notting Hill and Cliffhanger, edited by Dove Honing, who's done The Fugitive, which he got an Oscar for. He's also done Thief.
A movie we did and love.
And Chain Reaction.
A movie we did.
I don't love, but we did.
But it was fun. It's a good time.
So Rufus Sewell as John Murdoch, our lead here. He is in A Knight's Tale, the TV show The Man in the High Castle, and another TV show, The Diplomat. William Hurt as Inspector Frank Bumstead, who is has 4 nominations for Oscars. He won for Kiss of the Spider Woman. He's also in History of Violence,
A movie we did.
which he was nominated for, and The Big Chill.
A movie we did.
Excellent.
I think we've also done one other one, but I don't remember what it is.
William Hurt film.
Yeah, I think we've done 3. Oh, he was in I Took a Crap.
Oh, I Love You to Death.
Yeah, that's right. He's in I Love You to Death.
All I needed was a good crap. All right. Kiefer Sutherland was Dr. Daniel Schreiber, who was in the TV show 24. He's in Mirrors, which is the movie that I was confusing when we were talking about.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, yeah. Young Guns, The Lost Boys, and Phone Booth.
A movie we did.
There you go. Jennifer Connelly as Emma Murdoch is John Murdoch's wife at some point in this movie.
Kind of, sort of.
She won an Oscar for A Beautiful Mind. She's also in Hulk, Requiem for a Dream. Richard O'Brien as Mr. Hand. He's the main guy that's going after them and gets injected with John Murdoch's memories, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Ever After, Cinderella Story. And then Ian Richardson as Mr. Book. He is the main guy of all the other dudes.
They'll call them strangers is what they're called.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They're called weirdos. No, I'm just kidding. He's in Brazil.
A movie we did.
From Hell.
A movie we did.
Which I cannot remember what we talked about in that episode. I'm like, oh yeah, we did From Hell. What did we talk about?
About how good it was?
I don't remember.
We talked about how good it was.
But sometimes I can remember episodes and like what we spoke about, like specifically. Right. But yeah, we need to go back to those old ones.
The rewatches, yeah.
And then he was also in the BBC version of House of Cards. I only bring that up because he won the BAFTA for that. So those who are big fans of Kevin Spacey's House of Cards, which is a really good film, really good show. First couple seasons. The original is just as good and had nominations. Anyways, and then you had other people like Bruce Spence's Mr. Wall. That's one of the guys. Other guy, I think it's the first guy that gets killed or something like that.
He gets his head chopped off.
He's the train man in Manchester Revolutions.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Colin Friels is Walensky. He's the cop that goes crazy that just jumps in front of.
I know how to get out of here.
In Dark Man. John Bluthal is Carl Harris as the Uncle Carl. He's in The Fifth Element. And then Melissa George, this is her first film. She plays the prostitute that he kind of talks to her. She picks him up at the automat. She's in the TV show Alias, if for those who know. Okay. We both have history with this. We've both seen it when it was out. You probably didn't see it right away, right?
No, I saw it on
13 when this came out.
I was 98. I was 11.
I totally saw this in the. I'm pretty positive I saw this in the theater. I remember liking. I remember I was digging it. I dug it quite a bit. I still kind of like it now, but it's definitely dated a little bit with its effects. And I mean, I can't. I'm joking about the Matrix connection, but I can't knock it. It came before that, so
Sure,
I can't really
yeah.
knock that. But there's other things we could talk about. But I'm curious what you thought about This isn't your second watch, is it?
It's my second full watch.
Okay.
So the first time I watched it was on like HBO or Cinemax, like a few years after. Like I remember when I watched it because I just came home from school and I had like a giant bowl of cereal, and I was like, "What is this?" As it starts.
Wait, you come home and have snack? It's a giant bowl of cereal.
The giant bowl of cereal.
That
Yeah.
you just snack
When I was a
came home?
teenager, yeah.
What?
Pour a whole box of cereal.
I mean, I
and
can't. I
milk.
used to microwave salami, so that's fine.
That's a lot.
That's good though. It crisps up like it's up.
It does. I do like doing that actually.
Or I'll have trash nachos, which is just cheese on.
Oh, and got chips.
Yeah. I do not do the salami anymore because I've been a vegetarian for quite some time. So yeah, I miss that.
I could still do it.
I have been known to eat mustard sandwiches, so there is that too as well. But anyways,
Okay.
I digress. I may or may not have bought a box of Fun Dip at Stop and Shop today, but you know.
A box of Fun Dip. They still make Fun Dip?
Yeah, well, it was like for Easter, so it was like a big box of just. Fun
Wow,
Dip.
I haven't had Fun Dip in forever.
It's freaking amazing, dude.
This is off the rails. So yeah, I remember the day I watched it because I came home. It was like a nice, sunny, bright day, and I watched this really dark, weird movie, and I was like, but it like started, and I was like just flipping through the channels, and it was the shot of the city, and I was like, this looks like a Tim Burton movie, so I was like, let me watch it.
Yeah.
And then over the years, I've seen bits and pieces. It used to be on Sci-Fi Channel, I think, every once in a while, and you know, you'd see a lot of the end scene as I'd watch a lot of the end because I really like the end because it just goes really off the rails at the end. But this is obviously the first time seeing the director's cut, and
Okay, all right.
yeah, so it's a different experience, and obviously it's been decades since I've seen the movie. I think I had the same opinion as you. I really liked it back in the day. In fact, this was our first Patreon choice voting selection. This was our first second place guy, which is why I chose it because I was like, yeah, let's finally do it.
That was actually Arachnophobia too, right?
Arachnophobia, the second one, it was the audience dress. Yeah, it's got a lot of interesting philosophical stuff.
Totally.
And a lot of stuff that, you know, and I don't want to get all conspiracy theory and stuff, but it's got a lot of stuff that a lot of people think about, like some like of the conspiracy theories about aliens and all that kind of stuff. And
I mean,
it
flat
talks.
earthers must love this movie.
Oh my God, that was my first thought when the ship turns toward the sun. I was like, oh my God, this is so many people with tinfoil hats right now are going, yes.
I should say people who don't understand science should really love this film. Yeah, you heard me.
But oh my God, what was I going to say?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You said conspiracy theorists because
conspiracy. Oh, and which we could maybe get into it or not. But also Thursdayism, which is in the notes, which is something I had learned in college, way after I had seen this movie. But I thought that was very interesting as well. So Thursdayism is your memory is a concept where your memories might not be real. Nothing is real, except for right now. You wake up right now and like we're talking about this podcast. We didn't really watch Dark City. We didn't do anything before this. All of our memories are fake and implanted, and there's no way to tell. There'd be no way to tell. Like it's Thursday. I think the whole thing is like you wake up on a Thursday and like nothing had come before. Like that Thursday is the only day that existed. And there's no way to prove it or disprove it. And it's just like an interesting, one of those weird philosophical concepts.
That's
that
stupid,
they
Mike,
talk about.
because we just recorded this. So like this happened and tomorrow you could go back and watch this tape and you'll be like, oh yeah, that did happen. I understand what you're saying. Your memories are betrayed because memories they're not exactly accurate all the time.
Oh, they're almost never.
No,
Yeah.
So no, I get that concept, but the fact that it didn't happen, that's BS. It happened.
How do you know?
Because if I cut my face and it scars,
Right.
that scar is proof that it happened. Explain that. Explain that me not cutting like that. Like I had children. You know, there was things I had to do to have those children.
That you remember that were implanted in your head.
Okay, so they just came down by pot. Come on, get out of here with this nonsense.
It's just like
you deserve to be in this world.
it's just a philosophical construct. It's an interesting thought experiment.
How about this construct? This is the real world. Live in it. All right. Well, let's get into the actual movie itself. and we can talk about the philosophical stuff. That obviously that's gonna enter our as we talk about it anyways.
Right.
The big difference between the theatrical version and the director's cut, which we watch, is they had the voiceover in the theatrical, which is terrible.
Yeah.
To make
But
that
it ruins the movie.
right, because it kind of explains everything that's happening. But what I wanted to ask you was, you're watching, so this is your second watch. You already know what the reveal is or the twist or whatever
Right.
it is. Knowing that in the second watch, does that affect your viewing of this one? Does that affect this watch now? Like, cause so like the movie needs to work on that level as well. If you know the reveal, the movie still needs to work on that level. Does it for you? Ooh.
So they're called the Strangers. I don't remember if they name them in the movie The Strangers, but they're called the Strangers in the notes, and Alex Proyas calls them Strangers. I'm more frustrated with them because we don't really get to know them.
Right.
So that's a little bit frustrating, but I'm more interested in the philosophy of it. I'm more interested in what it means, what they're after. So like there's
the actual reality that they are in doesn't affect you. That reality, meaning like the actual movement.
The actual movement, the actual story,
Yeah.
John trying to figure out who he is, that doesn't affect it. I'm a little more frustrated by the fact that I know I'm not going to get the answers I want about the Strangers. But I'm more interested now, probably because I'm older, in the philosophy and the kind of the things that they're trying to say with it. So there's like a give and take. So there's stuff I liked less. Like I wasn't as big a fan of the Strangers. Like there's a lot of holes I was poking about the Strangers that don't make a lot of sense, but a lot more stuff about the philosophy that I liked. Like, why do the Strangers need bodies? Why do they need those? They can't show them. They're so weird looking creatures to begin with when they inhabit these dead corpses with elongated hands, tall bodies. They just look like Nosferatus. Can't you just hide and slither around as the slugs and go unnoticed?
And clearly misogynistic because they only take peep guys. They had one shot and I was like, okay, that's probably a woman.
They had one lady.
It's dudes. It's all dudes.
Yeah. So it's one lady who went, poor Mr. Book.
Yeah. It's all dudes who but if you know anything about dead bodies, the hair doesn't stop growing. So they clearly are vain. So they clearly are shaving their heads. So it's just there are a lot of questions there.
Yeah, about like it's a little wonky and like, why a clock? Why can't? Isn't it like your slugs? Why would you have a clock with a human face down in your section of it?
There's a note from Alex Proyas.
Oh, well, he's like, I don't know.
I don't know why the head's there. It just kind of, I thought that it looked good, or it was.
They made it, and he was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And my question to you was: they stop it at 12 o'clock, but is it really 24 hours or is it 12 hours?
So I had that same question. I was going to ask you: is it a 12-hour day or a 24-hour day?
I think it's 12 because when they, clearly there's no
daytime.
Why would you go 24 hours when it doesn't matter if there's no sun because you hate the sun? Like they say that they don't like light. They don't say that light kills them. They say they don't like water. But then apparently, I guess water, it makes them explode when they touch it. So when he pushes Mr. Book into the water.
Did he explode?
He goes into the water tower. He goes into the water tower.
The water tower explodes.
It explodes. And then he's still floating.
Yeah, he's still just floating.
Why does the water tower explode?
Because it's cool looking.
So there are that's honestly, in essence, this film, there are lots of questions that I have and you have, but it all goes down to, but it looks cool. Yes, it does look cool. This whole movie drips in style. Like, it's the set design is great. The art direction is great. The cinematography is great. It just all looks great. It's fake. They're on a lot. You don't care because it just looks great. That automat is really cool.
Yeah.
Just something's off when he's putting plates of carrots out and stuff like that.
I like that he puts the wallet so he can't buy his own wallet.
Like all that stuff is really cool. Just the idea of the world that they inhabit, but there are so many questions and so many, and they're just unanswered. And I think that's on purpose. I just think that's how he wrote the original script.
I think he says that in the notes. They talk about how he says that it's supposed to be unanswered. Some questions are better left unanswered, which is something we bring up all the time. David Lynch that's a big David Lynch thing,
right?
But this isn't a Lynchian film. Like you're given answers. You're given a lot of answers. This is not Twin Peaks. So so when certain things don't make sense, I need you to make it make sense for me because, or at least maybe not make sense, but have an explanation. Even if it's a nonsensical sensical explanation, I need that because you're not doing a David Lynch film where nothing's explained.
Mm-hmm.
You're explaining 80% of it.
Yeah.
So I need that other 20% explained to me as well, because otherwise I need to know the meat and potatoes. Like what is going on with some of this stuff.
Right.
Or maybe in a sequel, I would have gotten that if they did the sequel.
There is actually a short that Alex Proyas wrote and directed in 2021 called Mask of the Evil Apparition that is set in the Dark World City.
Really? I didn't see that.
It's set in the world. We can show the I can show you the trailer after this. It's only available at this at this Vidverse thing, vidverse.com or something like that, where it's like you have to subscribe to it to watch it.
Come on.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know how long it is, but I watched the trailer. Like you can just tell like the effects are like they're clearly in a green room and like it's some stuff. So it's not because they just probably don't have the money. So it's not as it feels very indie. Very sci-fi indie channel, like sci-fi channel stuff, like that kind of like low budget. So I'll show you after. But yeah, there is something that's set in there. It looks like the strangers have been replaced by people, tall guys, but all with long hair instead of bald hair.
Instead of bald.
Yeah. So who knows, whatever that is. But it's supposed to be set in the Dark City world. It's called Mask of the Evil Apparition.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So there's something to be said because we talk about all the time, like when now in modern day and age, when people make TV shows and movies, like, there's show Bibles, there's just, you have to know your character's arc before the movie starts. But there is a movie like this, there is something to say, like, maybe you don't need that. You just need to tell a story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I think that it's dangerous for like young filmmakers who hear that you need to know everything, and that might paralyze them because they just don't ever write the story because they're so concerned about all the outside stuff.
They've had one hole they can't plug.
Right. But it's the biggest fallacy that everybody in Hollywood knows what they're doing and knows that knows like their story. That's not true. If you watch clips for the show Lost, that movie, the show Lost that came out 10, 15 years ago, they talk, see clips where like they didn't know what they were doing halfway through. They said they do, but they had no idea what the island was. So they were making it up as they go. Stranger Things is the same thing. Things change.
Right. So
people don't know every single aspect of storytelling. So Dark City is an example of he didn't know everything, for me, despite us sitting here kind of doing some negatives about it, I still enjoy what I watched.
Oh yeah. It still presents you with some stuff. It's just that it'd be nice if they did explain it. Maybe if they got another chance, they could have done more. But yeah.
Would you have liked this story told from the point of view of the inspector? Because that was originally like in the original draft or original idea was it was going to be from William Hurt's character.
It would have been interesting. I saw that note, and then the question does the police officer have the powers? Does William Hurt have the power?
I think it's just
he would be investigating and going after the guy.
Yeah, everything's the same.
That would be interesting because then your main character isn't the superhero,
right?
And I think that would be interesting. It's like having Trinity as the main character, Morpheus as the main character.
Because I feel at the end, what happens with the inspector feels like
he's got nothing left to do.
Yeah, but exactly. Like he dies pretty much because that's what the script said he has to do. It's like so I didn't like that. I didn't like the way of him just dying and then not really
floating out into space.
Not like it would make a lot more sense if he lived in the world. Because if he lived in the world after John Murdoch takes over, which is another thing, and I know there's notes about like what and if they wrote a sequel,
what would have happened.
Because I think one of the ideas was that Murdoch's daughter, it was going to focus on Murdoch's daughter. And while John Murdoch has gone insane and he's down in the belly, he's in the machines just changing stuff in the world.
Right.
And he's crazy, but it follows his daughter's living in that world. Like I feel like the inspector deserved to be around at the end to kind of like see that through. I mean,
yeah.
And because there's a lot of things like you don't think about, like the whole thing with Walensky, his old partner, that clearly affects him, but we don't get to see that because he's not the main character. So you don't ever see any of that. So let's say if he was the main character, now the whole thing with Walensky comes around. The fact that he's not as crazy as he seems, like the fact that he changes his mind, like Walensky dies in front of Murdoch and the inspector doesn't even know about it. He hears it like last minute.
Yeah, he gets told.
Yeah. Something I also noticed in this film was in the beginning of the movie, it moved so fast. Everything was moving so fast, especially speaking of Walensky, with his character, that I couldn't see who the actor was I couldn't.
Oh, well, it's got like some of the shortest cuts.
That's
in
what I was.
cinema.
That's what I'm going to. Yeah. Like I was like, this is moving so fast. Can I just see who's playing Walensky? And so that's where this note comes in. This movie has the shortest average shot length of any production of 1.8 seconds, which means every 2 seconds the shot's changing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, just give me something. Slow down a little bit.
It's that YouTube cut logic before YouTube came about.
Yeah. So that really kind of, I'm like, this is too fast. Stop. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe that's why.
Disorienting. But I think if you made William Hurt's character the main character, it would have been very interesting because more stuff happens to him. He's got more at stake than John because John doesn't know anything.
John doesn't know. Yeah. And what the doctor, Kiefer Sutherland's character, injects him with is their phony emotions, phony memories, excuse me.
Right.
And just inserting himself in the memory, telling him how to train and stuff like that. But my question is like, how? How is that possible? What is he doing? I don't understand that.
He's been working with the goopy
I don't
memories
get the science. Had a little tragedy. And I'm like, what?
Love and then sex. Yes.
Again, we're back to the thing like, what are we doing here? Yes, it looks cool. Yes, it's interesting. Yeah, yes, I like it.
He Morpheuses him.
But what the hell are we doing?
It doesn't make a lot of sense. And the thing that also makes me mad is like William Hurt's character has more to gain and lose, gets killed unceremoniously, floats off into space.
Yeah.
The doctor gets to live and survive.
Yeah.
And be like this like secondary hero.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's starting all this. He's ruining people's lives.
Yeah.
I am playing with them like toys and working with the bad guys.
Yeah.
The strangers are not good. So I don't understand that. It's just like, why are we rewarding the doctor and punishing the cop who we've been following more than the doctor?
I honestly, it might just be preference in terms of the writers just prefer like that character better, so they're more interested in that character. And that also, like if you're looking forward, let's say like they're thinking of a sequel, you're forward thinking. They think that the doctor is going to serve a bigger purpose in the second movie because the doctor is going to serve to help him figure out what this world is really about. He doesn't know. Yeah. They don't really explain the machines too much, but okay, whatever.
Right.
They control the machines. What do the machines do? They fabricate buildings. They
make the world.
There are buildings that are down below that just come up. It's very just kind of, it's cool, right? And again, yes, it is, but like, how do you like the effects? Do you think the effects hold up?
No.
The tuning.
The tuning is, and the tuning is different. The tuning was remade for this director's cut we watched. It's worse than the original.
Yeah.
The tuning always looked crappy, and the tuning looks a little less crappy now. But the tuning,
the creatures that are in their head.
I like the creatures. The creatures in their head are very like early 90s.
Yeah.
They are what they are. They're a product of their time.
Well, this is late 90s, but
late 90s. Yeah. With the small budget, it reminded me of Spawn when Spawn goes into hell, and it's the CGI characters just like ooh.
There's definitely I couldn't put my finger on it, but there are definitely. I've seen styles of this kind of creature in other movies.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking like Pitch Black, maybe a little or something.
A little Pitch Black, a little. There's definitely those specific
that
ones. With that style,
not the energy part of it, but just the shape of them.
Yeah, you've seen them before.
I don't know why they have black blood, but whatever. Okay.
I think probably for the ratings board.
Yeah.
One thing that's weird is when the kid bites John's hand and it starts bleeding when he's hanging off the building. It's black. And then next shot, it's red.
Oh, is it?
And I was like, why does John have black blood? And then it was red again. I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't like the kid character. The kid's played by two brother and sister.
They didn't want to get their head shaved.
They but that's fine. I just the kid character was just kind of like annoying me. He was, I
laughed when he had his first big line because his voice is so ridiculous. But then when he gets sucked out into space, I was laughing. I was like, ha! And he's like,
like when he's like carving up the woman, he's just like,
yes. What? And his two gross teeth.
Yeah, it's just the kid character is just like, meh, all right, whatever.
He was the alien that got the raw end of the stick. All right, we're all adults. Hey, what the hell, guys?
Why does he sound like Howlin' Harold?
Because that's Harold sounds like this. But yeah, you get the squeaky voice. Is just ridiculous. The only kid character. Do you think that the effects would have been better? Because this was going to be my question. If it was just all models, if they I love the model work, but then wouldn't it have looked better if models just popped up and came down? Like
I don't mind the building stuff. I think that where the effects,
the goopy buildings twisting in. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think that.
Because my thing with CGI back then is when you try to compare it, when you have things that are similar in shots and some are CG and some are realer models, it always looks all shiny and glossy and fake. And they don't have that kind of lighting technology yet. So why not just do models or just a shot that's just CG? Because otherwise it won't look.
Look at the difference between Matrix and this film. And that's only a year apart.
Night and day,
yeah,
but also probably budget.
That's probably that's where I was going. Yeah, like it's just they didn't have money. They had this is what they got. I think they probably. It's okay. I don't think models would be the answer. I don't think because it would just look like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Like I don't think models are the answer to like whether you what else can we do other than this. I just think they needed more money to kind of make it look better. I mean, I didn't mind. There were some shots that the tuning is meh. There were some shots that were okay for me. There were other stuff that was just like, but I don't know about that. I do love the shot. If you're talking about shots, I do love the automat. I love how everything's low angle. I love how everything's long. I love I love the steam when he's trying to run up the stairs and the stairs elongate. And
that's really cool.
Stuff. So there's stuff in there that's CGI that's done well. That is effective, and I enjoy that.
All the shots of Dark World from afar when you finally realize it's a spaceship are really well done. I love the look of the water spilling out into nothing and creating a plane.
Even when Shell Beach, which is pretty much a mountain,
it's just like a little
lighthouse. When that popped up, that looked like model work a little bit. That looked well, and probably because it was in the dark when it popped up. Yeah. I mean, there was. I think. I just chalk it up to late 90s, no budget, and they just kind of like had to do what they kind of had to do. This is your buddy's best film of the year.
I saw that, his favorite film.
He loves this movie. Roger Ebert loves this film. I don't have his quote because I just was like, best film of the year. He loved it so much that he does the audio commentary, one of the audio commentaries on the DVD.
And that's good for you, buddy, I guess.
He liked it. Big fan. But I do have stuff that people are not big fans of. Ooh. So like Walter Deeg from the San Francisco Examiner says, as a story, Dark City doesn't amount to much. It's a complicated plot containing important themes that were no more than window dressing. But what counts here is the show, the creation of a strange world by a filmmaker who clearly knows science fiction and fantasy past and present and wants to share his love for it. I think this is like Alex Proyas' wheelhouse, this type of fantasy, even though I like the original Crow is great. And he did that too. So like that I think that he did iRobot. iRobot's really good too.
Yeah, but it's not like that's not as dark as.
But he had money for iRobot.
Oh, sure.
So but that's it though. Like maybe there's a couple other films that are really good, but like he does a lot of shorts. I don't think he does a lot of features. I just don't think he gets the money for it. But do you like him as a filmmaker?
Yeah, I think he explores interesting ideas in a darker world. He's like darker, serious Tim Burton almost in some of his stuff. I think that he explores things that are just, not mainstream. And so people are kind of like wonky about it. Like this is very Dark City reminded me, I was watching it this time, of like really dark Brazil.
Yeah.
Like really dark Brazil.
There's a lot of similarities with Brazil. Yeah, absolutely. Brazil kind of dips into the surrealistic a little bit more than this one.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely. I got another one for you. Another review. Mark Savlov of the Austin Chronicle. You really have to feel for Alex Proyas. This guy wears bad luck like the grimy trench coats of his protagonist, only his zipper's stuck and he can't seem to shake the damn thing off. Dark City looks like $1 million, or rather $1 million gone to compost, but at its dark heart, it's a tedious, bewildering affair, lovely to look at, but with all the substance of a dissipating dream. Wow. I did not like this film. I said before it was a cult classic.
Right.
This Dark City is a movie that I feel a lot of people use it as cred for their film tastes. So for like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I love The Matrix. I love The Matrix. But Dark City feels like when I say to somebody, I love The Matrix, and like, yeah, but Dark City, have you seen that? Like, that's what I, and I like Dark City. So I don't use it that way, but I feel a lot of people use this movie that way.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You like that? No.
Yeah.
Dark City, man.
Really? Yeah. Not as good as Dark City.
Year before.
Really?
The themes are a little bit more complex. All right. You don't need all the answers, bro.
It's one of those movies that feels like that.
Yeah.
And if I had time, I could probably come up with other examples of films like that. That, you know, people do that to you when you say,
you like this film? Oh, this is
but Dark City always feels like the film people counter at when they're looking to pick like a movie fight with you. You know,
sure,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm always like, yeah, it is good. And then I'm like, but The Matrix is just far better. So I always feel that with this film. So this movie has influences in 40s and 50s noir, which they talk about in the movie that they have. In the production of the film, they talk about how there's different aspects of different eras in on Earth that they use here to kind of mix it up. But I don't.
Right.
I didn't see that. It felt like it was 40s and 50s.
It was all 40s and 50s. There was very little, if any, like maybe some of the clothing was a little anachronistic.
Yeah.
And like pants or something. But yeah, it was almost entirely 40s and 50s. Oh, I guess 30s if you count the lounge that his wife sings in briefly for 2 scenes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I had the same thing. It's like, it's not different eras. But the doctor goes, well, but they picked us up from different eras. And it's like,
how?
Fine.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're aliens that abduct people and like freeze them or bring it over, like the Predator does with the new cut of the Predators cartoon where they're freezing people.
Yeah. So anyway, so influence was the Maltese Falcon. Also, they say for sci-fi features, the Metropolis, the Twilight Zone show, and Akira.
You definitely get some Metropolis in there.
Yeah. I keep talking about the Matrix. The rooftops. So the rooftop scenes, the chase that they did in the rooftops, they actually sold those to the Matrix, the production of the Matrix for the chase scene. So they must have been around and they saw it. So they sold pieces of the set for that rooftop chase scene in the Matrix, which is pretty cool, which makes sense because it does look
very similar. Yeah,
exactly.
You just light it a little more realistically and boom, it's Trinity running across the roof.
They probably, it's paint here, paint there. Yeah, absolutely. I guess when we talked about when William Hurt's character Bumstead gets sucked out into space and they go through that force field before they go up, right?
Right.
Originally, that force field wasn't there. They had test audience that screened this film. When they screened the film, they didn't understand why the entire city wasn't sucked out through that hole because they tore a hole in the walls. They didn't realize, why didn't everything just get sucked out? So they added the force field. But the force field makes sense because it's the only way I can see the water going. Like,
oh yeah. When I read that note, I was like, well, the audience was actually smart for once. Like, yeah, they should all get sucked out. Like the force field, it makes sense because the water stops. They can breathe. They've got oxygen. Like it's the only thing that makes sense why there's gravity.
Yeah. So, Mike, who do you think this is? Who would you recommend this to?
Weirdos. I don't know.
Nice.
If you like film, if you like
weirdos.
If you like sci-fi with like a lot of themes, this is good. If you like darker films, if you like Tim Burton, it's got a very like Tim Burton style, but like in a darker kind of sense. If you like The Matrix, it's got similar themes to The Matrix, but it's not as action-packed. I think you really have to be interested in some of the
like
themes.
A philosophical.
Yeah, the themes, philosophy
in The Matrix.
So if you're really into philosophy and some of the stuff that they present there, like a fake world, a dream world.
Well, you talked about the conspiracy theory stuff, like all that stuff.
If you're into that. Yeah, I mean, there's the aliens that are looking for souls.
In a healthy way.
Bring in there. Yeah, not no tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
I think there's something you'll dig there. Like other people are using that idea and making a movie out of it. So I think you have to be really into that kind of like weird, kind of off kilter stuff. And like I said, if you like Brazil and some of that stuff, this movie I think is definitely up your alley. It's a darker version of it, and maybe less humor. But I think that it's worth watching, and just the style. If you really into something a little different looking, especially toward the end of the movie when you really get into like the underbelly of the city where the strangers are. Some of that stuff's really cool, and a lot of that is practical. That clock is practical. The face is practical. the roller coaster they ride to go down to the bottom is practical. The weird, stupid cage the doctor is in when he's walking around. It's
that's
very
based on that cage is actually based on. So his character is named after Daniel Schreiber, who is an author of a book, a 20th century book called Memoirs of My Nervous Illness. He wrote this book while he was institutionalized for schizophrenia. And it was an argument for his release. That's why he wrote the book.
right.
I guess that book had become standard reading for psychiatrists and psychologists after he wrote it. So but he was in that cage so he wouldn't hurt himself. That cage.
Okay.
So that's what that cage is based on.
All right.
That's it. I was just kind of
So I think that's who I'd recommend it to. The people that are like would be into that kind of stuff. But
Sure.
I think there's definitely a base of people that would enjoy this film, but you have to get past the fact that the special effects are very dated, which even what seems like in the notes, Alex Proyas is like, yeah, they're not great.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This film was going to be called Dark. It was Dark World. I'm sorry, it was Dark City, and they were going to change it because Mad City was coming out. It came out the year before, and then a lot of people confused. So they called it. They changed it to Dark World, and Spielberg was like, "Whoa, we're making the Lost World Jurassic Park. You can't do that." So they had to go. They went to Dark Empire, and then Lucas was like, "Whoa,
too close to the
it's too close to Star Wars." So they went back to Dark City because Mad City didn't do well. But now I get to tell you my great story about Mad City. So I, back in the day, used to go into the city every week. It was during the week with my buddy Adrian and a couple other people, and it was like this. We bought this package where you would go in the city, you'd see a new movie, and you'd have a Q&A afterwards with an actor, an actress that was in the film. You didn't know what the movie was, so it was always like, "Ooh, could be a good one."
Yeah.
So one of the ones was Mad City, and Alan Alda was the one that they Q&A, which is pretty cool. He's a really cool dude. Anyways, it's always packed, but it's always busy. It was at the AMC in downtown, and whatever. Yeah, it's the AMC, excuse me. We go there. It's one of the best moments in the theater. I'm sitting down, and the people in front of us, there's one couple and another couple, and there's no seats anywhere. So the dude gets up, he sits down, the dude gets up and goes to get popcorn, comes back, someone's in his seat. So he's like, "Hey, that's my seat." He's got his popcorn. And these are two like older men. So I am in my late 20s, maybe 99. So I'm early 20s, mid 20s. These guys are like in their 60s. They start fighting. So they like, "No," and they start fighting like old people, like pushing each other back. And then the wife's like, "Don't fight." I will always remember that woman's voice. I will always remember that quote. And we're all in the back. We're all sitting there. We're like a couple rows back, and we're just laughing. We're like, yes, it was awesome.
Who ended up winning?
They kicked one of them. They moved. They just ended up, ushers came in and they moved the guy down the hall. But it was just awesome. It was an awesome thing to say. Just, I don't know. I love seeing people lose their cool for a stupid seat. So anyways, that's my Mad City story.
Amazing.
Right? So why is this movie forgotten?
Quite simply, The Matrix. I think this is the same problem we had with 13th Floor. I think they're very similar themes again. Very kind of similar looks, that kind of neo-noir gothic. I mean, obviously, I think that The Matrix veers more cyberpunk than this is definitely more gothic-y, Tim Burton style. But I think that there's the styles, the philosophy, everything is so similar. And The Matrix is just overall a better, and you can argue that the first Matrix is a perfect film.
I'll argue that.
And I think that that's just going to kill it. It's a year later. Very close together. I still think it's interesting that all three movies, very similar themes, close together. But I think that kills it. I think that's just that is it.
I think I mean, like we've talked about. I think it's just people talking when they're making movies. What's interesting, what's inspiring them, and it just kind of hits sometimes at the same time. I think that I'm happy that it's a cult classic. I'm happy that people have found it. I'm happy that people like it.
I'm happy it lives on yet because I think the philosophy is strong. It's got some interesting topics.
I joked about how people use it as to argue, but still, that still means they like the movie, which is good. It's still hitting and its themes resonate. Yeah. And Rufus Sewell, the acting is good. Everything was good. We didn't really talk about Jennifer Connelly, but she's good in it, but her character is not fleshed enough.
She doesn't have a lot to do. Yeah,
And that's not her fault. That's because it's honestly
it's John's movie,
and even the inspector pulls from her.
The inspector,
her stuff. So you really don't like that whole thing at the end of the film when he's in prison and he's like, it doesn't matter, like that we love each other because it's real. It's like, yeah, but it's not real.
The love is real.
Yeah, it's not.
Which I thought I wanted them to go into more detail. Like, okay, the love is real. I wanted to find out that this is their 4th or 5th time together, or maybe before they were abducted, they were a couple. So the love is real. Like there needed to be another hint at
that. History of anything before this movie is not there because Proyas, I don't think they knew. Right. And we talked about that. So we're not going to get that. But I think this film would have attracted a bigger audience that way. If that was fleshed out. And
I think that would have done more for the themes of the film as well.
Agreed.
Because the whole theme is about the human soul. And that's what the strangers, these aliens are after, is because they're a hive mind and our individuality is what makes us different. And what could be more unique to us is love, and to explore that connection.
Do you think that this movie falls victim to a lot of what movies have, where there's so many good ideas that just they want to touch upon them all in the film? And
sure.
And when you don't focus on one main one, that it kind of jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
I think, and there's a note in there that it didn't come to be, but there was a note about like in 2021 they wanted to do a show of this.
Yeah.
Maybe even a sequel series would have been fantastic, because
this is a good show to do.
There's so much to mine in this, and so much it's connected. So it's not like it's all disparate stuff, but it's just so much to mine in one under 2 hour movie. And I don't want it to be 3 hours. This is a good length for this film, but I think that a show would really expand upon these themes.
The only problem with doing a show now is that there's been so many other movies and shows that have touched upon this topic that it wouldn't feel fresh. It would feel like think of it like an executive for a modern audience. So you're trying to attract a modern audience. You're not like, we're not the big audience. The people that,
I think the style would separate it,
maybe,
because so much stuff is like, it's got to be The Matrix, or it's got to be like an Altered Carbon type look. I think that style of Dark World is interesting.
I think what Proyas did with doing the short film in the world, just do that.
Sure.
Go 30 years in the future and do a series in Dark City now. And
don't redo it. Yeah,
no, don't redo it. Yeah,
I like the idea of John kind of going insane and becoming. That's very Dune. Oh my God, Timothy Chalamet's character eventually goes crazy and becomes a hermit, and that's how he goes off. And it's kind of like that's very like biblical kind of stories and stuff like that. That's an interesting way to go.
Or what they do in Loki, where he's controlling all the timelines.
It's very similar to that.
But like even us just sitting here, there's so many similarities now to the story. That it's really tough to make it fresh. So maybe just do something different. We do something new. Everything that's come there and come before, just assume, okay, now put somebody in that world and let's see where we're going from there.
Yeah.
Maybe the strangers come back or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I think you can expand upon the strangers a little bit. I think they're very
becoming the strangers. Like people are evolving to become the strangers, and they don't need a soul.
Strangers are future people. That'd be an interesting.
Not the Strangers trilogy that Rennie Harlan recently did. Not that horror movie. So awesome. And this is the kickoff for season 25. I didn't mention that.
Oh, that's right. This is the first episode.
It is. So yeah, welcome to season 25.
Darkness.
Holy cow. All right, Mike, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you're getting your podcasts. Our shows you're watching, listening to us right now. Rate, comment, subscribe. What do you think about Dark City? Is it better than The Matrix?
No.
The answer is no. But you could say yes in the comments.
No.
Fight with Field in the comments. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's go.
Playful. I'm always happy to hear differing opinions, but it's always in good fun.
What do you guys think about the strangers? What are your theories about some of the stuff? Let us know in the comments below. If you like our show, we've got so much content for you. We're in April or May right now.
If we've started, this is the first week of May.
First week of
May.
May.
Happy birthday, me.
Happy birthday, you. And almost birthday, me.
What's funny is I'm going backwards now. I've hit 50. Now I'm 49. I don't know how that works. So I'm Benjamin Button in it right now.
Oh, snap.
I signed up for that. Mike would have to hold me as a baby.
I was going to say the end of Benjamin Button.
I want to do like go up, come back, go up.
I was going to say, we'll be filming. I'll be like, wake up.
I'll be like,
what do you think of this movie?
I'll be like,
just a baby hand. If you want to hear more of our rambling, go check out Forgotten Cinema. All of our episodes, we got lead ups in May. We're doing a ton of movies. I'm sure. I think the Mortal Kombat movie comes out in May. Project Hail Mary is just out because that's March or April.
Oh, is it?
This is May. I think it's Mortal Kombat.
A May movie. Doesn't bode well. I don't care if it's the greatest thing ever.
We got Disclosure Day coming out in June or July. It's a summer movie season, so we're going to cover a bunch of them.
Oh, actually, no. We've got Forgotten Summer.
And we
Is
got
that this one?
I was getting to that, but yeah,
yeah.
Forgotten Summer is gonna.
Sorry.
This season's gonna end with Forgotten Summer, so we have a little tiny mini season, kind of like we do with.
Well, so
Forgotten
for
Horror.
those who might remember, we did a full season.
That was a full
of Forgotten
season, yeah.
Summer, probably season 7 or 8, or I don't know when. But we're doing Forgotten Summer much like we do Forgotten Horror.
Yes.
So that we're gonna do it like that. It's 1 month, 4 or 5 summer films.
Yeah, I think 5. Yeah.
I don't know what else we'll do, but that's it. Yeah.
Tiki drinks, tiki show. Well, yeah, filming at the beach.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's right. We said we would. We're going to record all those outside at my pool.
We were thinking about doing some more outside stuff. Yeah.
Actually, no, we can't because if we're recording those, we get too cold.
We're gonna pretend it's summertime, but it's actually gonna be February. So get ready.
Oh, maybe we should just do them live then. Maybe we should just do them closer to the. I don't know. This is how the show works. We're just figuring things out on we go. And don't even say what it is. But by now that we've already done it, we haven't even started it yet. The movie thing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I can't even say it because we haven't even gotten through it yet. But we're gonna be. So we're always doing something weird and different. So
yeah.
And trying to just do different things to keep us interested in
keep it fresh.
Yeah. Keep us. We're poor. But anyways. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema.